recreating, driving up mountain roads, looking at mountains, looking at deer, looking at elk. We were trying to find a bear, but we never saw a bear. My wife Deb, she wanted to see a bear.
I about run one over here in PA the other day.
Really?
Yeah, over in Cooperstown. Come around the corner, thought it was a cow in the middle of the road. Whoa, it's a bear. He took a couple bounds and he was in the bush.
Simon was up on the ranch a couple weeks ago, and he called me when he was up there, and he's like, dude, he saw a bear. He claimed he saw a bear that was as big as the fence, as tall as the fence.
He said the gate.
The gate.
Wow.
He was like, there's a big cow. And then he was like, no, it's a huge bear.
So I don't know if y'all remember earlier we talked about personality types. Simon's a full-blown sapphire, and sapphires see everything bigger than life.
I don't think the bear was as tall as the gate.
No offense, Simon. But it could have been a cub.
That was mean.
Just kidding.
No, I actually did get pictures of a really big bear on the ranch, so I'm sure he saw that bear. It's a really big one.
You had a few polar bears floating around there.
Yeah.
I think I've seen a bear in traveling, but just
really rare. This one was just a rare brown polar bear.
A rare brown polar bear.
It gets cold there, so it must be polar bears.
During crisis and economic depression, small business owners often struggle with making sales and keeping the loyalty of their people, because if you ain't selling, it's hard to pay the bills.
On the Ethical Sales Podcast, you will learn new ways to selling ethically and communicating with your people to create more loyalty and getting out of the rut of stress and frustration.
When there is plenty of sales, there should be plenty of profits to keep things flowing smoothly and everybody be happy. Is it important to have recreation time? Is it important to take time off? You know, everybody wants to go on a vacation, and vacation time is super important. Like,
I used to not go on vacations and stuff years ago until I got burned out, terribly burned out, went through depression, stuff like that. Won't get into the story, but realize it is important to take time off once in a while. Go traveling. For me, it's travel. I love going to new places, driving around the country, cruising around the country, take a radar detector. And I love traveling, seeing new sights, new places. And we try to do that every year. I'd say you should take off 3 to 4 times a year. Doesn't always happen, but that's my opinion.
I got a buddy I spent a day with the other day. He said for 2 years he didn't take one day off of work. And he walked out. He quit his job. He said, I couldn't take it. He said, it was more than I could take. Like he said, we're human, man. I'm not Superman. He's like, I can't do that. He said, I got to have time to debrief. I got to have time to like re-energize. He said, I was so burned out, I quit.
So he's on recreation full time now, huh?
I guess. Well, he went and worked for somebody else that gave him time off. I actually think he's back working for that company now again, but they made some changes to where he has some time. But I think it kind of talks about the importance of having to take time away to do whatever it is that energizes you or that fills you back up, because there's no way as a leader, I think most of us, consider ourselves to be leaders in some way or another. And as a leader, there is no way that you can fill up somebody else's cup when your cup is empty. Mm-hmm. There's nothing to give. You're going to burn out. I know recreation plays a big part of our lives. We have so many things that we love to do, and I think it's huge. I think it's important. I've seen people that didn't really have any recreation get into recreation, and it almost like change their life.
Yep.
They're actually more productive in their day to day, because they're almost like it almost gives them something to work for. Like, hey, let's get this done so we can go do that, or whatever it might be. Maybe it's just an evening or something. You might find yourself, you need a 2-week vacation or something, and maybe you do something like that every year. I know we go out west every year for something like that. It does help when you're in the grind in the summertime, knowing that, hey, I got some time coming up that I can look forward to having a break. And when you don't know if there's a break or not, man, the days can really drag, and life can become a drag. It really can, I think.
I think it boosts productivity too. And one thing I've noticed in traveling, if we travel somewhere new, I see a lot more opportunities. And then if I'm gone a couple of weeks, we just came back from Colorado 2 weeks ago and spent 2 weeks out there. And we got to Colorado, and I was like, wow, there's so much opportunity here. We should just move out here and start this business, and they need this business in town. This is something they should have here. and there's a huge amount of opportunity. Well, we were gone 2 weeks when we came back home, and I was like, wow, there's so much opportunity here in Pennsylvania. There's so much things we could do. And spending time in the mountains, went camping for a couple of days up in the high altitude of the Rockies, and you spend some alone time out in the forest, and it just helps you realize, how much of an opportunity we have. It opens up life, and traveling does the same thing. Traveling to new places opens up life and lets you think again, helps you get a wider picture of life itself, I think. And so recreation time is very important.
Yeah, we say, you can't trust people that don't hunt and fish. Like, that's kind of our own joke around some of our family. Somebody says, I don't hunt or I don't fish. And we're like, man, we can't really trust you then. And, it's a joke. But the truth is, there's a lot of different ways that you can go out and recharge. And I'm not saying that you have to go play golf or you have to go hunt or you have to fish, but it's whatever fills your bucket. It's whatever recharges you. I know, for my wife, as a mother, she needs to get recharged as well as us guys do. And sometimes I think we forget how important that is for our spouses and the people around us. And so me just taking care of the kiddos and saying, hey, why don't you go do something that you enjoy for the day? That's super important. And it's, it is what, you need to do whatever you need to do to get away from the things that cause stress. And that's the way you're going to get back to fill your bucket. And you're going to feel like getting back at it. If we were gone for a week, like we just got back from Colorado, and I was like, the last 2 days we were there, I'm like, I'm just ready to get back home. I want to get back to normal life because that's what I love, but I was ready to go out there for a little while because we've had a very busy summer.
I know what it feels like to, get towards the fall of the year, and you've had the whole summer of, phone calls and conversations and people. And finally you go, okay, I am done with people now. I'm done. I want another phone call, and obviously you don't get to always just, shut your phone off, and I think everybody knows what I'm talking about. And there's times you kind of get, peopled out or whatever it is. The old t-shirt says, I used to be a people person, but then people ruined it. The truth of the matter is when I go out and take 2 weeks or something and go do some things after I feel like that, it is like hitting a reset button. You come back and you're like, yeah, I'm ready to do this again. Like, I'm ready to talk to people again. I'm ready. It's a reset button. You have to know what is that reset button for you. If you feel burned out, if you feel like I'm at the end of my rope, you really need to find some things that figure out what it is that refuels you. I don't know what that is for you, but obviously Owen says they love to travel. We love to hunt. We love to fish. I got into fly fishing probably 5 years ago. Never done anything in my life that makes the time go as fast as that. Golf. Some of my brothers into golf. I enjoy it. I like it. Good game of golf with some buddies. It's not a big thing for me, but it's enjoyable. There's so many things you can do that are recreation. It might be getting into painting or something. I don't know. There's so many different things that you can do, but figure out what it is for you and what it is that you need to do to fill up your tank so you can fill those tanks around you.
That's right.
And be the leader that you need to be, because it will make you a better person.
Hey, before you leave, let me ask you a question. Have you ever struggled with knowing how to open a conversation? Have you ever struggled with knowing how to close the sale? Elias Raber and his twin brother Matt put together a small booklet titled Simplify the Sale that teaches you how to open conversations and how to close a sale. You can download your copy for free at smarterroofer.com/simplify. Again, download your copy for free at smarterroofer.com/simplify.
You're listening on the Verbal Crowd Network. Find more great shows at verbalcrowd.com.